It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we're going to see Keenan Allen on the doorstep of another milestone in a great season, approaching 1,200 yards. It's the Chargers and the Rams on Sunday night.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and their Southern California rivals, the Los Angeles Chargers. Hi everybody, Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they come in playing some decent football. 5-3 in their last 8 games. Dustin Hopkins about set to get us started, and off we go from SoFi Stadium. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by last year's Super Bowl champion QB in his 14th NFL season now out of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back. Unsuccessfully.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. They'll dump this off to Akers. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Open man right side is cut complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. Throwing again at Stafford. Got a man open, it's Tyler Higbee. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They felt they have the advantage. They felt they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Well, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And what a great call defensively there, because they decided to bring pressure off the corner. And a lot of times, those big linemen, they can't account for the speed of a defensive back. And that time, he made a beeline right for the quarterback and got it. The cat blitz, tough to defend.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 63 yards.
I can remember the last time we did a game and the coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. but they've lost 2 straight games. So they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Herbert on 3rd down now. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. 20, 10, 5, touchdown LA. Keenan Allen, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone. And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And picked up by the Chargers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
What part do they went empty set there? No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Herbert following the turnover. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. Now it's Herbert. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Brandon Powell. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. L.A. readies for its next possession. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Stafford to his #1 guy come for a Los Angeles first. Throwing is Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards remain on second down. Stafford now to throw. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kyle Van Noy able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And that's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Running on first down, Eckler. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And brought down there by Taylor Rapp. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. From the 50, here's Herbert. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So 3rd and 2, this quite popular, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Austin Johnson, the one who makes the stop defensively. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Going to run the sweep here. This is Cobb. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up the 3rd and 2 more. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Khalil Mack. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford, and he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. To try again after the sack. Stafford out well to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And the Rams are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Akers is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Akers again. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
2 yards the loss, second and 12. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. On the give, this is their fullback. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
On first down, it's Herbert. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. On third down, here's Eckler. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Powell on the return. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now Stafford. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And they're not going to get the kick off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Again, it's Stafford. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
On 2nd and 15 now. Stafford over the middle. That's hauled in by Kupp. Oh, he's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. In a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying under double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off,
and try and chip someone at the second level.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Stafford. Man open is Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams use the short field to get in for 6. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the 3rd quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. L.A. set to take over again on offense. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler, and this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. It's Eckler again. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Herbert now. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Rams offense getting the football back. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a 4th. On the handoff, running left is Akers. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now a give. Akers running left. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Going to run the sweep here. This is Cobb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball and put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
That good for 22 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang it.
And he's going to go down, sacked right around the 17. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Going to run the sweep here. This is Cobb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think that's a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to his knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Play action. It's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Herbert on 1st down now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Inglewood. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On 1st and 10, Herbert trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very nice strong gain of 24. On the give, this is Akers. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This to swell the lead to 6. Gay's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is what we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Fielded right around the 8. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald, his 2nd sack of the night.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Working with a 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Herbert. Forced out. Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back. As trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13 to 10. So he's good with that one, but remember, he did miss one earlier, and right now that's the difference in the ballgame.
And he knows it all too well, but also understands he can't dwell on it. He's got that one through. That's what counts at this point.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it to 26. And the Rams now coming out on the field. Fourth quarter, they cling to a 3-point lead after the field goal a moment ago. And it's certainly a very critical drive with still a good chunk of time remaining. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. In motion left, Robinson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Rams football here as we get your reset. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Now Stafford. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Herbert and the Chargers down 13-10. A minute 51 on the clock. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Pass complete to Ebron. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now they...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Going to run the sweep here. This is Kupp looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ballgame. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for L.A. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Throwing, Herbert. And that's caught by Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
But they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way.
On the move past the 40.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Los Angeles,
they get an important win here to move to 11-5 on the year.